Welcome to my channel, Positivity with Geeta Iyengar. You remember, we all have brothers and sisters, or you may have cousins. But today, I'm going to talk about siblings you have at home. If you are alone, it's a different issue. But when you see, if you have one brother, one sister, or you have group of sisters, in olden days we had many sisters and brothers and they all grew up and the parents gave them a different kind of treatment. I would say different kind of socialization was there in the olden days. Nowadays you have two children and with the two also there will be a lot of problem when you bring them up because we are all individuals. Yes, people say, oh, you have a sister, you have a brother, you're so lucky. I'm alone. And I'm not saying you're very lucky if you have siblings. For example, if you have, for example, we are three sisters and one brother. We had a wonderful time, but that doesn't say that you didn't have any conflicts. Any family you go, if there are four members, five in siblings, two with siblings, there will be some conflict, but this conflict leads to competition, which is very healthy. It is important to have that competition, and the society or your circumstances encourages you for this competitive spirit because there is no way to survive. So in fact I would say it's a very good learning process if it is taken as a constructive socialization. If your parents, especially I would say parents play a very important role in bringing about their children in such a way that there is competition, there is conflict, but it is constructive. There is so much positivity, so much creativity can come out of this competition, out of this conflict. You don't have to worry. You know, if you're alone, you have that disadvantage because comparison is important, but not comparison for growing up, comparison to become better than the others. That is important. You learn to survive, you become strong, you become brave, you learn from each other, which is not provided if you are alone. But today I'm talking about how parents can really bring about a constructive socialization, a constructive, positive growth of the siblings. At the same time, the parents can also be responsible in destroying their personality to a large extent. There are many cases we have seen that the parents go on comparing. Take studies, for example, a simple thing, they're saying, look at your sister, she has got so much marks, and look at you, you are useless. Or look at him, he's so tall, look at you, you're so short. It is the physical disability or emotional disability or even academic disabilities is highlighted by nobody else other than your parents. So the parents have to understand. So it is they are breaking or making the child, especially when they are socializing or bringing up their children. So they may be having 10 children, then of course the parents may not have time to see. So the children learn from each other. The younger one learns from the elder one, another sister learns from the brother. That's another way of learning. That is fine. But most of the cases today, we find why there is something called sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry is natural. You cannot expect everybody to pray. If somebody praises one sister, the other brother or sister feels bad. Especially in the same gender, if one sister is praised all the time, the other one feels bad. Feeling bad is fine, it's very natural, but it is not, you're not enemies, you are still best of friends, you're related and you care for each other, you want to share with each other because that is what is important. But parents, what they do when they are young, I understand when they are, make the differences and that create a lot of problem. But as you grow, parents keep on, they try to they try to bring about changes, they try to compare, or they go on telling, this, your brother is so good, he has done so much. Or you will say, oh, she is doing so well. So you just want to give a good point about, sometimes intentionally, sometimes without any intention, you are creating a rift between your children. So much so that the children don't even want to talk to each other. Instead, If you had given, maybe you will have to say no, but she is so nice, he is so good. Then why do you want to give that? You think of yourself as a parent. You have done it lot of harm when they were young, but now they are growing. Now, once you do that, that create lot of enmity. There are so many families where brothers fight for property, sisters fight for smaller issues, petty issues, brother and sister fight for so many things, because you have to, it may happen by nature, that's different, each one is a different personality, but parents play a very major role. They have to understand that they should not bring any rift. Every child is precious. You unintentionally you will praise one child to the other, and the other will, naturally human nature, you may not take it in the proper manner, and you are creating more rift. It is divide and rule of a different kind. It's a psychological case of parents who do this job, emotionally divide your children, your siblings, your children. Then the siblings always have a different image. Who knows, when they meet and when they talk, it will be a different thing. They may be a different person. They may like each other, but you have never given an opportunity. I am giving all the responsibility. I'm putting all the blame on the parents, whether when they are young, when they become teenagers, when they become adults also. Parents are responsible for creating, intentionally or unintentionally, this rift between children. So much so, when the boy becomes 50, the man is 50 and 60, even then if that old woman talks, she still uses that whip, uses that weapon to get her importance, which is very sad. And I think children nowadays are very smart. They know exactly what is going on, and they should learn. I think these children, these siblings should understand that instead of depending on your parents and others, relatives, you have a direct conversation, direct relationship with your sibling, with your brothers and sister, and sort out these differences. So it is an emotional aspect. Don't allow this. Parents, be aware. Don't allow. Let your children be happy. Let the brothers and sisters be happy. That's the least that you can do in the process of socialization, bringing up your children. And children, the siblings, you also don't take that. I know they have made a mistake, but now you directly confront. So what? What will happen? Talk to them, because you have nothing to lose. There's only one life. So if you are very blessed, if you have a sibling, you have learned to learn. You can learn properly, or you can unlearn, and you can, there are two ways. You can make yourself or break yourself. The choice is yours. So friends, thank you for listening to me. Sibling rivalry is a very common and a very natural phenomena, but let this rivalry not reach a pitch, reach a level where you just hate each other, where you're all the time getting frustrated, depression. It leads to all kind of emotional problems. Don't allow that. And parents, you also, every time you're talking to your children, remember, don't put another child down, or don't praise another child so much that the with whom you're talking feels bad. That's the least you can do as far as your role of a parent is concerned. So thank you once again for listening to this concept of siblings, which is a factor which may not be very common, but sibling rivalry is important. It is there, it is but natural, but let it be natural and let it be helpful to each one of us rather than become a barrier. So thank you once again for listening to this. We'll meet next time with another topic, another interesting aspect of sibling, different kind of rivalry, emotional rivalry and parents. We'll have another topic for you too. So bye till then. Please share and subscribe my channel and ring the bell icon. See you next time. Bye till then.